Before we get started, I would like to give a special thank you to two of our sponsors, the American Cheese Society and Cabot Creamery Cooperative and Agrimark. They were extremely generous in their support of this conference, and that allowed us to offer several scholarships. So we are grateful to them for their support. So thank you. And I would also like to thank all of today's presenters and our entire conference team. Bruno Martin, Christina Chang, Carrie Kalajian, Laura Louise Green, Carolina Villena, Rachel Fritz-Shaw, Jamie Pung, Chad Beckwith, and Marty Mundy. So you have all earned this happy hour, so I hope that you enjoy it. Okay, well now I would like to introduce Carolina Villena. Carolina has been a veterinarian for 20 years, specializing in ruminant production. She is also the founder of BelaFazenda, a dairy on her family's farm in Bofete, Brazil. And today we will be taking this virtual tour of BelaFazenda, where she strives to combine art and science in her work, respecting her animals and the biosystem. So settle in, get ready to travel to Brazil. And again, whatever questions you have for Carolina, just type them in the Q&A window, and Rachel will present those questions to you to Carolina rather, at the conclusion of the video. So let me get the video ready to go up and running. I will stop sharing my camera and I will mute myself.
That is our milking room. This is our creamery. And this is our first group of cows. I'm outside. I'm in the rural area of the city. And we have 10,000 and a half people in this city, Bofete City. I grew up in São Paulo city, but the first farm that my dad bought, it's in Minas Gerais. It's about 7 hours from here, so it's a little bit far for us. 7 hours, not too long trip in Brazil, but it's a long trip. And then in 2000, my dad bought this farm that we are now. So it's much more easier now because we are 1 hour, almost 2 hours from São Paulo. It's very, very close to the big city. The big part I sell to São Paulo, but I have a lot of shops in Brazil. So we put in the plane and then fly to the other states of Brazil. I think beef is the biggest part, but milk it's big also. Yeah. we call jerked beef. We make feijoada with this kind of meat. We have to unsalt and then cook. It's not ready to eat. It's not like jerky. We call jerked, jerked beef. Jerky with it's not like the jack links, it's ready to eat. It's not that. It's a meat with about 55% of humidity. It's dry, but it's not too dry. And we have to unsalt and then cook to eat. We put into the beans. It's very common for us.
This is our first group of milking cows. They receive this pasture at the afternoon, and tomorrow morning she's gonna have another one. That is our creamery. We had almost 40 degrees Celsius today. It was very hot day.
The group one is they produce more milk, usually because the baby is just born. So about 2-3 months after the babies come, they stay at the group one, and then because of the volume of milk, they're gonna to group 2 and group 3. That's it. So the group 1, they are at a very small grass, but very strong and powerful. And group 2 and group 3, they are eating a bigger plant. So we have different kind of grass, and it's like this the whole year. Only at the winter we plant on the grass. You can understand me. You just throw the seeds into the grass, and they all grows.
This is the second group of milking cows. Every day we give a new pasture for them. Vaca, vem, 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 vem. This is our third group of milking cows. They graze all of the year. We are at the rainy season, but we're not having rain at all, so stronger.
So now I have about 35 cows, and about 70% on milking, and 30% they are dry. And I have about four female babies. I was not used to grow them. I used to sell them. But now I started to grow the females. So it's kind of new work for me. Most of my cows are Jersey cows, but now we're buying genetics from New Zealand because we are selecting for high protein and fat. So I'm choosing Kiwi genetics from New Zealand, but we have a little bit of Jersey and a little bit of Holstein. It's like a cross something. I can't tell you everything what has in that genetics, but that's it. New Zealand genetics.
Now we are starting the milking process now with Jamili. She is the one who milked the cows.
Today I have 3 with cheeses. So in the creamery, and we have 3 with the cows. This is the farm team. 3 in the creamery and 3 with the cows. And in São Paulo, I have a small office there and 1 cold room there in São Paulo city. And there I have another 3, the driver that deliver the cheeses in the store, at the stores. I have 1 to sell the cheeses and 1 to do all of the rest. So buying everything, receiving the money, and that's it. And I spend 1 week in the farm and 1 week in the city. I split my time living at the farm and in São Paulo. In the creamery is Josie, and with the cows it's Vanessa. I show them in the videos. Josie, no. Josie grew up very close to the farm, so she needs to learn everything, and she is the one who makes all the recipes today. And Vanessa, she is from São Paulo, but she decided to study zootechnia. I don't know the name in English, but it's kind of veterinarian, but she didn't make surgery, just for farm animals. But she didn't have much experience, so she learned all the practice in the farm.
This is Vanessa. Vanessa. let's take care of the cows and the nutrition and the healthy of our cows. Most of our cows are Jersey cows, but we also have some mixture of breeds.
In a year, we have about 400 liters. So it's 40 kilos per day. We don't make cheese on Saturday and Sunday. So on Monday, we have a lot of milk, a full tank. And so Tuesday, it's a full tank also. And Wednesday, we don't make cheese. We do a lot of things in here at the caves and cleaning everything. And then Thursday and Friday, we make cheese also. We own all of the milk we use. We don't buy any milk and we don't sell any milk.
This is the place we grow our baby females. We don't have a lot of females yet because we are not used to grow them. We used to sell them, but since 6 months we begin to raise them. We have 2 different spots, back and the front, and we circle them, a week in the front and a week at the back. So this is inside our creamery. Just looking around. And let's do the way the bleu do. That is the place the cows are milking. The milk comes by these 2. This is our tank that we make all our recipes. We also have a mini lab that we make the lactofermentation tests, and we prepare some ferments over here. So this is the room that we make cheeses and salt and dry the rice. And then we have 2 different aging rooms. This is the moldy rind cave, and this is the yellow rind cave, the cave 1 and cave 2. We also have the place we storage our molds. We have a tank that we wash them. Over here we have place that we cut our cheeses and wrap all of them. And this is the place the car stops and get the cheeses for selling at the city. And this is the last cold room that we have, and this one we put all the ready cheeses for go to the city. This is Josie. She is cutting the curds of our cheese, the one that we call benzinho, some small cheese, very soft and moldy. She's cutting the curds, and we're gonna stir the curds for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna put everything in this molds over here. So I had two blues, one Stilton style, one like gorgonzola style, but very small, and one I'm trying to make a common bleu or a blue camembert, whatever. Just to imagine, but it's not like that. A very creamy blue, but it's very, very hard to make it. So I stopped a little bit to making it because I was not happy with the recipe. So I'm going to US next week, and I'm gonna buy a small cream separator to start making some new tests with the Azul de Bofete, the creamy blue. So I have 3 blues, and I have one like Swiss style. It's in the way of Gruyere, something like this. And I have one cheddar style, and I have one the smallest cheese that calls benzinho. It's like Sinueiro, but different, yeah. And I have a bigger version of the benzinho cheese that calls Bem Brasil, but it's the same recipe. So we have 6 different recipes, but yeah, 6 different recipes, but 7 different cheeses, because benzinho and Bem Brasil, they're the same recipe, but sizes, different sizes. I love to eat blue cheeses. That's why I had 3 different kind of blue cheeses. So I love blue cheeses, and they are very hard and very difficult to make a very good blue cheese. So this is my challenge, the challenge of my life, you know, making a very good blue cheese. And I was very happy last year because I got a gold medal with the Stilton style cheese. So I think I'm the right journey with them. About our aging rooms, we're gonna get inside of cave 1 now. This is our first cave. It is not full because this is January 8th, so we are just starting again making cheese. So we don't have a lot of cheeses right now. Here we have two kinds of cheeses. We have benzinho. This is small cheese that we are making today. This is a very soft cheese and moldy, white rind. And we also have Bem Brasil, the same cheese of benzinho but a little bigger. They are very fresh cheese now, and those are getting older. This is the way we know when we make it. We have about 12 degrees Celsius and about 86 to 90 of humidity. That's it, cave 1. And this is cave 2. Those are our big cheeses. This is Soberano. It's semi-cooked cheese. And this is Sinueiro, cheddar style cheeses. We have around here about 13, 14 degrees and about 75, 80 of humidity. There is our tasting room.
We don't have a lot of traditional Brazilian cheeses. We have one very famous recipe that calls canastra, queijo canastra. But we don't have a lot of different styles. So Minas Gerais is the state that makes the canastra cheese. And São Paulo, the state that I am, we look for to make like contemporaneous cheeses. You can understand me. Like more new styles of cheese, you know. So people who are making cheese in the São Paulo state, we are more interested about looking for European styles and get inspired by them, you know, and then we can create our recipes, but looking for inspiration outside of Brazil.
Now we're still making Bem Brasil and benzinho. This is Bem Brasil and this is benzinho. Here is Josi.
Oi.
This is Renata.
Olá.
And this is Alice.
find people that want to work and stay with us in the farm. People, yeah, is the most difficult. It's not an easy job, waking up very early and milking 2 times a day and taking care of the pasture. It's not an easy job.
This is our small office, and we have the classroom that is tasting room, the place that we receive the clients on the weekend to taste the cheeses.
It's some creameries from Caminho do Queijo Paulista. They have like a small restaurant, like a bistro, and I think it's more common. Yeah, but I don't cook over here. It's just for cheese. Yeah, I have another producer that makes like a picnic. You grab a basket and some cheeses, some charcuterie, and wine, and go to the grass. Yeah, it's very kind. Yeah. Once a month, we open for a board. We sell boards, and they eat at the outside. They can see the cows and drink wine at our backyard. Asian food, maybe, about the coffee, about the bread, about the beer, about the chocolate, and the cheese is the same way. I think everyone in Brazil now knows a little bit more about artisanal beer, because we drink a lot of beer in Brazil because it's very hot and we drink a lot of beer. So I think the cheese is going to the same way. People are very interested about the milk and the cows and grass feed and the tasting experience, a new tasting experience, because we eat a lot of fresh cheese and mozzarella cheese and the pizza cheese, you know. But now I think the population are very interested about a new tasting experience. Yeah, we have make a lot of education about our cheeses, because they don't know moldy cheese, and the mucor is very strange for them. So we need to speak a lot at Instagram. We do some TV programs. Sometimes people invite us to talk about all the things about artisanal cheeses, but it's not common. But the people are very curious about it. I don't know how much they are okay to pay more for local food. You know, it's matter in Brazil. I don't know in the US, but in Brazil it's matter. So they want, but at the time to buy it, I don't know how much it's import. I love the whole process. Yeah. Since I was a little girl, I love everything. I used to be a jumping rider as a kid, and then I love to ride horses, and I love to see the cows eating the grass at the end of the day. I love to transform the milk in cheese. I love to age them, and I love to eat them with friends and family. I love the whole process. Yeah.
And we have such a beautiful sky right now.
My goodness, that was just fantastic. And that shot of the sky at the end of the video is just so dramatic. That's amazing. Oh my goodness. So I will have Carolina unmute her microphone and start her video again. And we will have Rachel ask Carolina any questions that may have come up during the video. And thank you for letting us visit your farm. It was wonderful. Can you turn your camera back on, Carolina?
I think you need to turn on for me.
Oh,
Please.
my. I apologize. I apologize. There we go. There we go. I knew that I could get to the end of today without having a major meltdown of technology. So thank you for reminding me that I had to ask you to do that. Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Carolina. That was wonderful. So beautiful. A
Thank
couple
you.
questions. First one, Mila asked, how do they keep the temps in the cave? So what kind of equipment do you have for cooling and humidifying your aging spaces?
Okay. For humidity, I have water at the wall at all time. So it's a running water, just a little amount of water, but it's running all the time. So it's come from a river and then we throw away to the river again, this water. Okay. And the temperature, we have a static machine for cold to get the cave cold. Yeah, we don't have air running, forced air, so it's static and it's better for the cheeses.
When visitors come, what is of the most interest to them?
If it's the one who it's starting eating more cheese, is can I eat the rind? Is the most common question. Yeah. And who is coming for sell the cheeses? He wants to know the cave and see the cave and ask everything about temperature and humidity and how I keep the cheeses. Do I need to refrigerate? That's the kind of question that I receive.
I just got a question from the guy sitting next to me. Do you plan to expand? And if so, how much and how soon?
I want to expand, but not making cheese.
Wow.
I want to expand making genetics. So raising the females and selling the females. That's the way I want to grow. But now I have about 400 liters, and I think I want to produce like 1,000 liters, but for the next maybe 5 years, maybe. I don't know, let's see.
So do you produce year round?
Yes.
Let's see. All right. I was making Peter write the questions down so that he didn't, so that no one could hear him, but go ahead.
Well, just curious, because Vermont is so different, how you manage the milk production during the very hot times.
Okay. In the summer, like now, we have a lot of grass growing. It's very easy now because just let them eat the grass, and we don't have to give them silage. But at the winter, we plant the winter grass, the oat, and at the group 1 and group 2, they still eat the grass, but at the group 3, they eat silage at the winter.
All right. We have another question. How long did it take to get the production going for selling cheese?
Okay. The Benzinho, the smallest cheese, for the one who wants to see the cheeses, we have a website, BelaFazenda.com, and we can see the cheeses because I didn't show at the record, so it's possible to or Instagram, so it's at BelaFazenda. So Benzinho is the smallest cheese. We aged Benzinho for 20 days, is the youngest. And we have the blues, they age for about 40 days. And Soberano and Sinueiro, the biggest age time is about 6 and 8 months. That's it.
I think the question also is asking, from the time that you were decided that you wanted to make cheese, how long did it take you to?
Okay. So I start making the recipes in the farm just for us in 2017.
Cool.
Yeah, and I spent 1 year making the recipes with David Asherbook. And then in 2018, I went to France to learn more about aging.
Mm-hmm.
So I started selling my cheeses at the middle of 2018. That's it.
So are you still using autochthonous cultures, or are you using selected strains?
Now for commercial cheeses, I use the commercial strains.
Mm-hmm.
But I always make tests for me and my family with raw milk and natural starters.
Mm-hmm. With clabber starters?
Yes, and I want to learn more with you and Peter.
So she answered that one. Okay. What are the regulations for raw milk cheese production?
It's not easy to get the license. So we need to age the cheeses for at least 2 months, 60 days. So I have a lot of cheeses. I have 7 recipes, but only 2 I age for more than 2 months. So it's very hard to me. So today I need to pasteurize the milk. But that's it. In São Paulo state, it's more difficult than Minas Gerais state. In Minas Gerais, we have a very traditional recipe that calls canastra cheese. So they can sell cheeses with raw milk cheeses with 15, 20 days. It's okay. Yeah.
The state? What's the name of the state?
Minas Gerais.
Minas Gerais.
Minas Gerais.
I'll probably write to you and ask you for that, or maybe someone can pop that into the chat.
That's interesting.
All right. So I know that you love blue cheese and love to eat blue cheese and love to make blue cheese. Is blue cheese easy to sell? Is that a market? Is there a market for it? Do people already know and love blue cheese, or is it challenging?
It's challenging, but there is a very small group of artisanal cheesemakers that makes blue cheeses. So for the stores, the stores wants to sell blue cheeses.
Oh.
They need to buy from me or from one or two cheesemakers. So it's quite easy because it's not common. That's it. But for Brazilian consumers, it's not so easy to eat. They are quite starting to eat this kind of cheese, you know. Yeah, in Brazil we eat a lot of fried cheese because we are in a tropical climate. So, but I think we have a lot of people interested about trying new things, trying new flavors.
So there's a lot of potential.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you said, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask the same thing. What other cheeses are there opportunities for? I was going to phrase it a little differently. Just you said that you were looking to Europe, looking outside of Brazil for ideas about cheeses, and I'm wondering what sorts of cheeses Brazilians are interested in, or conversely, what cheeses do you want them to be interested in?
All right. I think moldy rind cheeses, that's my fight for because it's not common to eat moldy rind cheeses. So that's the thing I talk a lot at Instagram or when people ask me to talk about cheeses. So it's about moldy rind. I think that's the challenge. And people, I think people want something new. So now I'm thinking about use annatto in one of our cheddar cheeses, and because we use a lot of not real cheddar to sandwiches. So now I'm thinking about make a good cheddar style with annatto for the sandwiches. So maybe this is an opportunity. I have this asked for kind of cheese, so I'm thinking about making this. Let's see.
We have another question, although while we're still on moldy rind, when you say moldy rind, are you talking about so softer bloomy rind cheeses, or moldy rind, or mixed rinds, or moldy rind harder cheeses that age longer?
No, soft cheeses. We have a lot of camembert style, brie style, and this is quite common. It's getting common. Mm-hmm. But I make benzinho and bem Brasil that has mucor at the rind, and this is very strange in here. So I always talk about mucor and that's my challenge. So
I think that it's very strange still here.
yeah. So let's talk about this.
Yes. So we have another question that came in. Do you have a strong cheese-making community near you? And if so, what is it like? What do you do together? Are there shared education events, marketing, other events?
Okay. I have a group that calls Caminho do Queijo Paulista. You want me to write it at the chat?
Sure. Or we can.
Caminho do Queijo
Is
Paulista.
writing it.
Paulista. Yeah, that's the name of our group. We have a website. Yes, it's a strong group, but it's not easy to make things together.
Are these all cheesemakers? Or
Yes, yeah. We are in, I don't know, 17 or 19, but we make one big sale together, and it's very like famous in São Paulo. We have a lot of visitors, but it's not easy to do things together, I think, because everyone thinks different. So, but we're still together and making little progress every year.
before we came live, you were talking about having a cheese class that's going to happen at the end of the month. Is this the group of cheesemakers that will be attending the class?
No, we have championship, a cheese championship, like
Competition?
yes, competition, like the World Cheese Awards. We have a Brazilian Cheese Awards, and it's from that people. They want to make money to make this event. So that's it.
So at the end of the month, I mean, you and I talked about it before we got on, but would you mind saying, talking a little bit about what the class will be?
Okay. We're gonna receive Delphine. She's teacher at NUBO. It's a cheese school in France, and she's going to teach us for 3 days in my farm. So at the first day, we're gonna make hard cheeses and semi-hard cheeses. At the second day, we're gonna make soft cheeses with rennet and mixed rennet and lactic cheese. And the third day, we're gonna make only lactic cheeses. We're gonna practice in the morning, and at the afternoon, it will be sitting class. No? That's
Lectures,
it.
yeah.
Yes, lectures.
Lena, thank you so much for sharing your farm with us. And thank you, Rachel, for fielding all of our questions. And thank you, Peter, for joining Rachel back there. Appreciate that. We will be seeing both of you tomorrow. So I'll talk about that in the preview for tomorrow. That's it for today. So I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow for day 2. We will have sessions about feed and its effect on cheese making. We will have a conversation with distributors and buyers. Business exit planning and considerations, which is a very important topic for a lot of people. And Rachel and Peter will be back with a travel report, findings from the road. So we will get started tomorrow morning promptly at 9:30 Eastern time. Thank you again, Carolina, and thank you everyone for participating today. Have a wonderful evening. and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Thank you.